It is mid-July and it's raining again, so I'm going to see if I can do this quickly and hopefully it doesn't get too much worse. But because it's been alternately hot and raining, some things are, everything has gotten kind of wild and woolly real fast. I've already seen some evidence of like black spot and things. We'll get to that, but I'm going to do as much talking from here for the moment as I can. The trees I don't ever do from back here. The peach tree has gotten real big. I have pruned it from the inside to hopefully get it airflow so it doesn't get diseased. The Honeycrisp apple next to it looks like she's struggling. She was doing well. I'm not sure what's happening now, but she's had some issues. And then the fig over there, lots of fruit on it. Finally, it's gotten big enough. I've only gotten one fig off of it, and the rest of them seem to refuse to ripen. So hopefully, all this rain and heat will get it there. Green stock planter, I really need to redo it. It's got the big antihyssop there. Some carrots that are kind of struggling. Tomato that volunteered out of it. I also have what I think is a melon on the other side. I thought it was a squash. Celery I've harvested. They're just little guys, but it's working. The tall one in the middle there is a cardinal basil. Did also put a passion fruit vine in here. I don't think she's getting enough sun, but she's hanging on, so good job. Colocasia is putting on new growth. It puts on a leaf and then it loses a leaf. So clearly I haven't figured out the right circumstance for it. Probably doesn't like being in that pot. And I need to divide it, but list of things to do keeps getting longer all the time. Tradescantia is putting out crazy growth. We have a volunteer celosia, which I'm going to assume is from seeds from last year. These guys, bachelor buttons. This is from my Goth Girl seed mix that my friends gave me. Celosia. The other little Sweet William died. I did put some bit of a different variety of Tradescantia in here. That guy, and she seems to be thriving. Neo petunias, I'm trying to keep dead-headed. Got such a gorgeous color. My little tiny succulent garden hanging on. Chocolate mint back there. Antihyssop that grew up at the sidewalk is doing fine. My dahlias about to bloom, I think. There's a couple of little babies trying to happen there. Roses just bloomed. They're already starting to go over. You can see it's having some struggles here. Some black spots on the leaves. We'll come here. My citrus. Husband lemon doing fine. Bear's lime. I think she's got like a baby on here somewhere. If she didn't drop it, hopefully she didn't. I replanted potatoes. Up, that's the Harvey Hill lemon there. This is the Meyer lemon. I got some babies. A little bit of struggle there in the middle. Interesting. Healthy green growth. Sad. But then also fruit. Bay laurel. More potato. Yuzu with her one little fruit. Great job, Yuzu. In the greenhouse, which is mostly a mess because I'm just doing things in between working and I probably need to move you out. You look like you're falling over. Dahlia grown from cutting, and honestly I don't remember right now which that is. I started a tomato. This is the example of projects I start and then don't have time to actually tend. So yeah, a little tomato, cherry tomato, black cherry, going crazy. Coleus and lettuce leaf basil. I'm going to set this little dahlia here next to you for the moment. So yeah, hopefully those coleus will get planted out one day soon. I'm thinking the basil might go in the green stock planter. These are pine berries and asparagus, and they're going. I have to bag them up so I can get them. These are actually grown from seed from a grocery store, one that had kind of gone off. Got a little volunteer tree here, cranberry viburnum. I don't know what the tree is. We're getting some strawberry formation again, which is nice. Passion fruit back there. Got one that seems to be doing really well. The other two are hanging on. They're in sort of like descending order of how well they're doing. Mango pawpaw, she's looking healthy. Thank you, ma'am. I've got tons of vines coming in. Dewberry everywhere. Yeah, this corner in particular is just a mess. Comfrey, I think Groundhog Friend likes the comfrey because it keeps getting trampled. Serviceberry. I did some pruning back here and tying things up. Still looks like a mess, but you know, whatevs. Huckleberry flopped over. There's my black hollyhock. Thank you, ma'am. This is your second reseeded second year. I don't remember. In any event, she's looking beautiful, but like flopped over because of groundhog. Tied in the blackberries. Hardy kiwi is going crazy. You see wisteria trying to sneak over there. See my pruned, spaced out peach tree. The black jewel raspberry I sort of propped up and tied up. Got some kind of mushrooms happening there. I don't know what those are, so I shan't eat them. This one that's grown up in the trellis, I've kind of let that happen. You can see a little bean coming through there. More groundhog attacks on the greens and cucumbers. This one I think is more of like a bug thing. I'm gonna say there's probably some kind of critter in there. I've been cutting it back and it's going, but it's okay, it's okay. We've gotten plenty of cucumbers and this one's doing pretty well. Gotten a bunch off of that. We are starting to get, like that one's got some bug bites in there. Eggplant. More Brussels sprouts that suffered under the groundhog, but I'm kind of leaving them in, so that's what she'll eat. Cucamelons or Mexican gherkins. Amaranth, which is a green you can eat. Brown cherry, if you don't know. Blueberry, Cabaret Splash blueberry. Some parsley and chamomile. I did hack my rose way back. I feel like I need to hack her a little bit more, but we're just going to let her be. It's a Tropicana. There's a patch of roselle, 3 together. They probably would be doing way better if I just planted them individually, but it's okay. Mustard is flowering. Obviously, you can eat the greens. We like the seeds too, so I'm just letting that go over. This is where groundhog had the most fun the other day, trampling everything. I mean, the yarrow needs to be deadheaded for sure, but had some pretty nice looking kale in there. She ate all of that. Do have a volunteer tomato and more roselle, lavender, chives, nasturtium that volunteered. There's more mustard flopping out into the world. Cabbage that she came back for, and kale, the groundhog that is. I don't know if she's eating tomatoes. I'm starting to have tomato attacks. That's birds. I did pick a bunch yesterday. These are black cherry. These are Roma. It's a black plum. Made my first batch of roasted tomatoes to put in the freezer. Yeah, they're basically, I've sort of denuded them because they're getting black spot blight, which is a fungus, and it's been humid and warm, and that makes them very happy. So tomatoes probably aren't going to last too long, but it's okay because, and this one's clearly a Roma that somehow got misplaced. I had several seed mix-up. I try to be very careful with my labeling, so I don't know if it's like a seed slipped out and that's the one that germinated, or, you know, who freaking knows. I try, but every year we end up with things that you're like, how did that get there? Green zebra, I believe, Roma. More black hollyhock that flopped over. This is another one that the groundhog was chewing on and would just, you know, I can't believe it made it through. Basil, ball basil, or kale that she ate. She also likes rhubarb. You can tell how that's kind of trampled. That one looks okay. Apple tree close up. I wish I knew why she was suffering. Could be a lot of things, I suppose. Pepper Alley here. We're starting to get, I believe this one's a paprika from the Growth Habit. That one might be a banana or a poblano. It looks like it's going to be a big boy. Yeah, I've lost all the labels for these, so it's all, let's see what happens when they make fruit. Watermelon is happy and growing. Good job. That one is a Purple Beauty, the only one I got. I did plant beans in between here. They're starting to come in. Some of them are happier than others. This is a shishito pepper. I think I need to take out some of this borage. Like, I kind of hate to do it because the bees love it so much. Case in point. But it's also kind of taking over the bed and knocking things over. And this poor little artichoke was doing so good, and now it's not. It's okay though. You do what you gotta do, little artichoke. And then shishitos, more beans, some zinnias. Again, the groundhog attacked. Giant mustard. Ground cherry patch here, which has been yielding quite a lot. So thank you to the rats for planting that for me. This is a squumpkin. So I think it's a mix between a spaghetti squash and a pumpkin, because I finally ate one and the texture's kind of weird, so I don't think it's going to be my favorite. Sometimes squumpkins are great. But yeah, I ended up, because it was weird, and it started to get diseased and bugs and all that, so I cut it back and hoping it would finish up the couple that it has growing. There's several. I put in some corn, a little bit of corn that I had that was hanging out in the greenhouse. So, and also there's some things like this is a crookneck squash. That I believe is a cantaloupe vine. So try to let those things have some space. Alright, gotta hurry up because it's raining. Maybe I'll do out of order. Harvey Hill Peach, Suncoast Nectarine. I'll do a little loop of that. Pink Lady Apple, doing great. Blackberry is almost done. I think that might be the last one there. I'll show you the figs. There's tons of figs on the tree. Great job, big tree, recovering from getting split in half. Yeah, Pink Lady Apple, pawpaw. I'm probably gonna have to clip on this pawpaw. She's getting huge and kind of taking things over. Elderberry back in the corner there. I think that's a tulip poplar popping up. It doesn't look super happy, but I'm happy to let it be. I kind of want to transplant it. Mushroom log in the back has got to be getting close to making mushrooms. Like, it was trying and then it dried out and now it's getting wet again. So elderberries, all three of them that my neighbor gave me cuttings and I just stuck in the ground, and they're doing things, so it's awesome. Raspberry patch that crawled out of the bed is about to start making raspberries, not as much as their friends in the front. That is the Czech 17 honeyberry, which seems to be struggling more than the other. Koshing quince, Crimea quince, putting on new growth. That is the indigo treat. Oh, just walked through a spider web. Seems to be doing a little better. I did put strawberries in, and some of these are actually taking off to use as mulch / ground cover. And there's actually, I won't be damned, that's a big old strawberry. It does have a bug bite, that's okay though. I come back for that. Pink lemonade, blueberry, the Blue Ray and Blue Jay blueberries. There's like 1 or 2 berries left on the bush there. Yeah, raspberries about to happen here. Groundhog, very tenacious, determined groundhog, or family of groundhogs even, maybe. Planter, she seems to be doing well. This hydrangea seems to be doing better than this one. I did give it, fed it a little bit yesterday. Heucheras, some kind of lily that hasn't bloomed, and the cannas, and now we know why that one's the biggest. It's getting the most water off the roof. Stray cannas that I didn't plant that are just popping up, which is so random. But yeah, okay, I think that's everybody, and I didn't get totally soaked. So, the end.